Update 19.5 in Anime Adventures introduced a brand new Sakamoto Days event, which features contracts that you can do for event currency. Like most other alternative currencies, they can be used to roll for the new units that released with the update. As always, the update can look to be especially grindy, but if I'm gonna be honest, it's generally not that bad. The tier 14 contracts used to be impossible without a pre-made team of people with many uniques, but now that they've nerfed them, the event has become incredibly easy. I could use my toes to play the game, and I think I'd beat the contracts just as well. However, that doesn't mean that the game still isn't time consuming. So because I don't want to be on my computer all night at 5 AM grinding this stuff out, I've made a strategy for this event that gets me a ton of event tokens throughout the day playing. Doing this strategy makes it possible to get thousands of tokens a day. And no, I'm not saying this for dramatic effect or lying, you can see it right here. This is how much I made after a couple of hours. I would definitely get on this just in case they nerf it. So if you've come to learn how to make this much bread, then you've come to the right video. Now let's get into what I figured out about this update. The first thing that you want to go for starting this event are the mythic units that are from the banner. This strategy really takes off when you have them. You might look at the rewards from the contracts and wonder how I possibly got to this many tokens without macroing overnight, and there's really a simple answer: reward boosts. In this event, like many others that came before it, you're able to boost the amount of rewards you make through a contract by equipping certain units. Of course, we want to make as much tokens as quickly as possible, so we're going to abuse this system. Until you get to 100% rewards boost, every single time you complete a contract, I want you to roll on that banner immediately. You need to be at 0. The reason for this is because you want to get the mythic units as quickly as possible so that you start making that big boy money. Now here's how the percentages for the boosts work. An unevolved event unit gives 20%, however an evolved version gives 40%. So pretty much the best and most efficient way to build your team is to have 3 event units with at least 2 of them evolved. Now here's a little bonus tip. You can actually equip 2 of the same unit and it still counts as adding more to the bonus. This is exactly how I got to 100% throughout the first days of playing. So once you get your units, immediately get 2 of them evolved. It really doesn't matter which one. They're all pretty good in their own rights, and they're extremely easy to evolve as well, so you won't have any trouble doing that. So to sum up what I've said, first you should roll after every contract with the tokens you made. Once you get a unit, evolve it so that you can immediately get to the 40% reward boost. Then keep rolling until you get another and immediately evolve that unit to gain another 40%, putting you at 80. And finally, get your 3rd unit into your team and that'll make 100%. The reward boost might look small at first when you're looking at these low tier portals, but it undeniably begins to stack on the higher tiers. For example, instead of just getting paid 400 for your 12-hour contract, you get an entire 800 tokens with a 70% chance of getting a shard of the secret portal. It's super important that you get the reward boost as quickly as possible, so just follow the steps I listed and you should be fine. Also, little bonus side note, these contracts give buffs and debuffs to certain damage types. Usually they're not that impactful, but I've seen them go up to 600 or 700% physical or magic damage, so you really want to make good use of them. With a 700% buff, even outdated units that have been practically made homeless can put out some fat damage. Definitely check out what the buff is before you head in, and you'll find yourself having a much more laid back time completing these contracts. But we're not going to stop there. There's a lot more to my strategy than just the reward boost. You might notice that the contracts that the event provides can only be done once every so often. The tier 10 to 12 can only be done every hour, and the tier 14 contract is twice a day. How on earth are you supposed to stack your bread if you can barely play the event? I mean, I was thinking about that myself. You're not going to catch me playing in a tier 7 contract for some minimum wage tokens. I was genuinely stuck until I discovered the event's secret portal. The secret portal is part of the backbone of this strategy. Now I know a lot of you are just staring at your screen in disbelief because this is the most common portal in the game. I mean, you see people just completely shrug it off like it's nothing. But promise me, it's good. Just hear me out. Every single time you complete the secret portal, you get at least 200 plus tokens. Pretty much the same as the hourly contract. The only difference is that it's harder than a tier 12 and it also takes 30 waves. But you might also be saying, well,
Mr. Fago, I don't have a secret portal to do. How am I supposed to profit off this?
And to that I'd say, you're not looking hard enough. As I said before, this event is extremely easy now. So much easier than just within the 2 days I've gotten 4 secret portals. If I'm getting the portal this easy, then everyone else is as well. In the Discord, there's a plethora of people who send links to their private servers asking for help with their portals. It's honestly hard to actually get people in your private server because it's just so common. Man, I've seen people just drop these portals in public lobbies because they really don't care. I even tried it because I was tired of having these sit in my inventory and not one person tried to join. They just ran straight past them. They nerfed the event so badly that the secret unit from the event, which is supposed to be the most rare, is being tossed to the side like trash. But even though it's a little unfortunate, we can use this to our advantage. After you've done the hourly contract, go into someone's secret portal and help them with that. That's a free 200 plus tokens after maybe like 20 minutes. Might be less. Plus, you also have a 5% chance to get the unit yourself every time you do someone's portal, if you don't have your own already, which I don't know how you couldn't. The secret portals also might work with the rewards boost. I'm not exactly sure though, because it doesn't explicitly say it anywhere. But with this strategy, you don't have to settle for the disgusting tier 7 portals that give you 2 crumbs and a fortune cookie as a reward. You can cycle between the hourly and secret portals to earn a ton of tokens. So to summarize, the strategy revolves around abusing the rewards boost system and the extremely common secret portal to farm a crazy amount of tokens. Adding all of this while making sure to stay on top of the hourly and 2 daily contracts, and soon you'll be rolling in cash. Plus, I low-key feel bad for the secret unit. I mean, like, this is like the saddest way to go out. At least now people will actually want to do their portals. And so, doing all that takes up about most of your time before the hourly contract resets. I think as long as you're doing it right, there really shouldn't be many gaps between you finishing a secret portal and doing your next hourly. In fact, there shouldn't be anything else. Doing a secret portal is pretty lucrative, and there's something that's always available as long as people are hosting them. This means that there's pretty much 0 circumstances where you'd have to settle for a tier 7 or 8 or anything below that. Even if you're weak and feel like you can't provide good damage to sit with the big dogs, you can still probably only do the high tiers. In fact, that's what you should do. The event is easy enough to where people without uniques can comfortably carry you so that you really don't have to worry about doing below average damage. Plus, if you're able to buff, people could care less. As long as you don't literally have 0 damage, you'll be fine. Don't be ashamed of your trash ass units. And so, that's the entire strategy. This method has gotten me an insane amount of stuff in a short amount of time. I'd highly recommend getting on this strategy just in case they end up nerfing the rewards, since the amount of shiny switchblades I see pop up every 30 seconds is actually disgusting. I'm sick to my stomach. Anyways, yeah, that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you find it entertaining or helpful, then I'll always appreciate every subscriber. Discord is in the description. And if you want to support me further, then consider becoming a channel member. I don't have any yet, but once I do, I will begin to start shouting them out at the beginning and end of every video. So if that interests you, or if you just want to support what I do, then I'd appreciate it very much. Obviously, it's not required to enjoy my videos, so do what you want to do. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.